Hi, my name is April M.A. Jager, and today we'll be talking about Dr. James S. Gordon. Dr. James S. Gordon is the founder of the Center of Mind Body Medicine, and he's been a great inspiration to me from everything that he's done, from starting the Center for Mind Body Medicine and creating a system where self-care and self-awareness can be at the forefront of both medical and educational systems, to also going to different war zones and working with people on both sides of the war zones, bringing about a piece of healing and helping them find that we're more alike than people may realize. He says it perfectly with this quote: "Trauma comes to us all. We can use it as tools of self-awareness and self-care to heal our trauma and become healthier and more whole than we've ever been before." I really believe that Dr. Gordon has accomplished this, not just in my personal life being trained with the Center of Mind Body Medicine, but I can see this rippled into many people's lives. Dr. Gordon was born in New York City on December 22nd, 1945. He was raised there in New York City with his family, his father being a surgeon and his grandfather being a pediatrician. He wanted to follow in the footsteps of the medical field, and he chose to go to Harvard University, where he then became a psychiatrist. He is also known as a peacemaker, a consensus builder, a cross-cultural relationship builder. He is also a trauma specialist and has served as a professor at Georgetown Medical School. He also, during the time of Bill Clinton, served the White House as the former chairman of the Commission of Complementary and Alternative Medicine Policies. He also is an amazing author with a great book recently coming out called Transformation. He's also a motivational speaker and a self-improvement speaker. James Gordon has been published in many different areas, and he's been on talk shows like TED Talk, to CBS, CNN. He's also been on NPR several times. He's been published in The Atlantic and The Guardian and The Washington Post and The New York Times. He's been on CBS 60 Minutes, The Good American Show, The Today Show, and Sunday Morning with CBS, and more. He has been in The Washington Post and USA Today and People's Magazine several times. I really enjoyed his TED Talk, and I think that you would too if you would decide to check it out. His book that he wrote is called The Transformation: Transforming Trauma, The Path to Hope and Healing, and it was published in 2019. And the Center for Mind Body Medicine, which is the big thing that Dr. James S. Gordon is known for, was founded by him in 1991. He really wanted to make self-care and awareness and group support a central aspect of the educational systems and the healthcare systems. And I really feel like he's on the path of doing this, as he has trained over 7,000 clinicians, educators, and community leaders, me being one of them. He blessed this community of Allegheny County by coming here and training 200 different people in the community to be trained in the model of the Center of Mind Body Medicine. These programs are very therapeutic, yet very educational at the same time, helping us to really understand how our body works and to be able to get that biofeedback and to know different techniques, from soft belly breathing to shaking and dancing to visualization, and how it can really help bring our body and mind into balance. He has helped thousands of people who've been traumatized by stress overcome these challenges of things like anxiety, depression, and life-threatening illnesses, or being in a war zone, or being domestic abuse, being in addictions. So many different issues come with so many different challenges, and Dr. S. Gordon has really just showed us that he can be a leader and a manager in these times where there's a lot going on in the world and we just really don't exactly know what to do. People feel stressed out, and he comes in and really gives us the techniques in the toolbox to help us manage that stress. He has many different accomplishments, which all stem from the founding of the Center of Mind-Body Medicine. With over 175 worldwide trained faculty, and again, over 7,000 trained clinicians, from teachers to community leaders and prison guards, cops, soldiers, Dr. James S. Gordon uses this transformational leadership style to help inspire and motivate his team to help them achieve their true potential. Many people aren't really aware of what their true potential is, but James Gordon really helps us access that and unveil what we have the capacity to achieve. And I personally believe that Dr. Gordon has been successful in his leadership, as he has helped me believe in myself and helps others believe in themselves. And he believes that everyone is equal, and we all have that right, no matter what walk of life that we've come from, to be able to access that great untapped capacity to help heal ourselves and help heal one another. And when individuals really take time to heal themselves, it tends to reflect in their community. It tends to shine down into their family, to their close relationships, to the people that they work with, and then the community at large. Dr. Gordon is a great manager and great at management aspects. Again, leading over 145 people, just 26 of those faculty being in the United States, and over 7,000 trained clinicians. He is always doing what it takes to make sure things are managed appropriately so that we have that proper organization to get these massive events and world-changing communication between all sides to come together so that we can heal as a whole. And James Gordon is an excellent manager. He performs well in all of the four main areas of management, from planning, organizing, motivating, and control. He organizes large teams at events to help bring peace to the individuals, communities, and to the people and nations who are at war with one another. He also helps bring peace to Allegheny County, where I am from, where he again trained over 200 clinicians here to be able to really help find that inner peace to heal our opiate epidemic and stress epidemic that we're struggling with so much here. He has so many staff. It's really hard to go through and name his staff, but three that I was blessed to actually be able to get to work with myself, that have been trained by Dr. James Gordon, is Dina Rain Adler, who has been with the Center for Mind-Body Medicine for quite a while. She really likes to focus on working with people with natural disasters, violent disasters, traumatic gun violence, and she is a supervisor for the Center of Mind-Body Medicine, allowing to help other people become clinicians by helping them with their supervision during certification process. Laura Matz was a lovely lady to get to meet. She really inspired me with a book that she wrote, talking about her own personal story. Laura Matz is also a psychotherapist and a lecturer and a writer. She's worked for the Center for Mind-Body Medicine and in transpersonal development. I really think that the work that she's done in the Center for Mind-Body Medicine and our community here locally and at large really continues to impact the world, as so many people have gone through similar traumas, especially sexual traumas, and she does a great job in her book really just discussing how to overcome that. And then I can't not mention Sherry Snyder, who is a big booming member of our community, really helping to push more alternative treatments, more mind-body centered medicine here. She has ran the Human Services Department at Allegheny College for many years and recently retired, but she's still doing a lot of great work. She's now on the supervision team at Center for Mind Body Medicine as a faculty, and she has been since 2000. Sherry is an amazing woman. She is a social worker and a professor specializing in the Allegheny College of Maryland in community development. She is just an amazing being, and I really love her from the core of my heart. I've just been so blessed to have her as a professor and an instructor and guiding me through this path with the Center for Mind Body Medicine. When it comes to planning, there are so many strengths that Dr. Gordon has, but just to name a few, he is wonderful at strategic thinking, positive results. He's always getting positive results because he's planning efficiently. He pays attention to detail and has a deep understanding for the whole process. He's great at resource management and also is very inclusive and has a collaborative approach that involves anyone who would like to really partake, gaining a deeper community and allowing for others to be a part of that planning process. He has many strong leadership qualities, and his dedication to planning things through and thoroughly really helps make sure that these events get accomplished. Organizing is another really awesome aspect of what Dr. Gordon is capable of. From his global presence to the extensive training network to the inclusive approach and community integration, Dr. Gordon has done everything in his power to continue to help heal trauma, and he would not be able to do this worldwide and in so many really needed areas, from high-stricken poverty areas, addiction areas, domestic abuse areas, to trauma, war zones, if he had not such great organization skills. I'm really impressed with his organization skills. He is also just wonderful at creating a positive impact with how he goes about to organize, which is shown as an evidence-based approach that the Center for Mind Body Medicine uses with everything they do. They demonstrate the effectiveness of reducing stress and improving overall well-being. This, again, would not have happened if things were not so heavily researched and organized. He's also very good at having commitment to well-being and self-awareness and self-care, which you can see ripple through everything that Dr. Gordon does. He also has timely innovation where he can very easily organize things in a time to make sure that the demand of the mind-body approaches in self-care and healthcare and education can continue to grow and align with the interests that just continue to become more and more. More people are interested in the Center for Mind Body Medicine. He is also leader in the thought realm, as he in many different ways has coupled his role of being a professor and a expertise in the Center for Mind Body Medicine, and increasing the efficiency to put the information out there on the thoughts of how we can transform our healthcare and our education system with these mind-body medicine techniques. We can't talk about Dr. Gordon without talking about motivation, and I personally felt a deep amount of motivation after taking the training with the Center for Mind Body Medicine, multiple trainings. Shaking and dancing and just being in a group together was truly and motivating for me, but that just only touches the tip of how Dr. Gordon can really be motivating. He is awe-inspiring and empowering. He recognizes and points out the strengths in individuals. He always has clear goals and expectations, and he encourages others to recognize within themselves their own strengths and achievements. And he also gives really good, consistent feedback. He also has this contagious enthusiasm that really just makes you want to smile when you're just in his presence, as well as having a high level of engagement and productivity. Whenever he's putting these workshops and events together, you're going from one task to the next with processing time in between, to where you're constantly feeling engaged and productive, and you can almost work through this transformational process that it can be quite healing. He's just an outstanding leader, and his motivational skills make him an outstanding manager as well. Control is another really important aspect of management, and Dr. Gordon has an excellent ability to control. This comes down to a few simple things: attention to details, performance monitoring, corrective measures, policy enforcement, and accountability culture. There's nothing more important of being accountable for the things that you put out there on a public platform. He is interlinking people from all around the world, and he's making sure the information that he's putting out there can be simply understood by anyone, but also that it's credible and that it is highly researched so that the science behind it can continue to echo down in future generations through publications and research and further trainings and events. I have truly been inspired by Dr. James S. Gordon. He brought into my life many things that I already knew, but worded them and arranged them in such a way through his trainings that helped me feel like I could actually reach my highest potential and know that I'm on the right path of leading others. With his leadership and his management skills, he has actually echoed that down to the people he trained like myself to help us be better leaders and better managers. I've been blessed to sit here and talk about Dr. James S. Gordon, for he's been a great motivator and inspiration in my life. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time.